right way.
Gonna be great, gonna be a good day.
This is Jason Lauren on Melbourne's Nova 100.
Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday Eve.
Good morning, Melbourne. Morning, boys. How are we?
Morning, Lozzie. Morning, Clint.
Morning, guys.
I'm fasting today.
Are you?
Yeah.
What for?
Well, my missus is going in for a little day surgery today.
Oh, so you're going down in solidarity?
Oh, sympathy fasting. You won't last.
No. I'm just picking her up from Cabrini Hospital, and the cafe there is incredible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, they do a good roast.
Do they?
Yeah.
What,
they do.
roast Thursdays?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think they do it every day, roast.
So you're leaving room. You're not fasting. You're leaving room.
Well, I'm fasting till I get there. No. Honestly, Loz will back me up here. One of the nicest restaurants in Melbourne.
I agree. Cabrini Cafe. Shout out
Trying to get
the staff that work in there. It's
Oh,
awesome.
trying
The
to get a
sausage
table.
rolls.
Snag roll.
Ever gone to visit a friend having a new baby and just grabbed a little sausage roll on the way through?
Oh, that sounds good.
Ever
Yeah,
gone to
they're-
visit a
Fennel?
random just to justify why you're there
yeah.
getting
I
a
know
sausage
people
roll?
that have gone to Cabrini Cafe because they've just been working in the area
Yeah, you said that.
and they've just gone in for lunch.
Do they take a get well balloon with them just to look like they blend in?
Just tradies walking in with their get well balloon.
Remember I was feeding Lou the sausage roll as she was giving birth to Archie?
Well, that's only because you were eating it yourself. Well,
She said,
was
"Can I have
giving
a
birth.
bite?"
You were pissed off about it. Oh, I've got to share.
Do you want sauce? Hey, how are we feeling footy tonight?
Yeah, footy. Bulldogs and Saints.
I've backed the Saints.
It's a big match for both clubs.
Yeah,
They're
huge
both sort
match.
of struggling a little bit.
I don't know much about either of those
The
teams.
pressure cooker is on Luke Beveridge and the Doggies. If they don't get a win, he might be right under the pump on Monday.
See,
Isn't it just like so ridiculous when they start firing coaches in like round 6?
Yeah.
What
yeah, it's a
round
bit
are we
silly.
in?
Well, the Jungle Drums have been beating for a while. It is round 6, I believe, yeah.
That was a good guess.
Round 6.
Very good. You're on
Yep,
top of things.
Yep.
I am.
Marvel
Very
Stadium,
How are you tipping? How are your tips going?
not
Oh,
bad.
you're in the Herald Sun.
I am indeed. You can check out the supercoachtips.com.au selections in the Herald Sun every
Are
Thursday.
you still on the top row?
I don't know. Do we get papers in here,
I think we only get it on the weekends,
Brody?
right?
Do we?
Friday?
We've got a digital subscription.
Can you log into the digital? Can someone flick me that password as well? But can you log in and see how I'm going on the tipping? I think I was doing all right the other week. I was getting my 8-year-old to help me.
I
Yeah.
mean, who gets the physical paper anymore? I mean, I love the Herald Sun.
I think my
but
dad
in
does.
digital form.
I reckon Bobby Phillips
Oh,
would
to
be
do
a
the
physical
crossword?
paper kind of guy.
Yep, neighbours still get it delivered.
Do they?
Yep, I see the guy out there in his little Suzuki Vitara with the roof
Oh,
off,
yes.
pegging the
But
papers.
there is so much. God, it sounds like we're doing a Herald Sun ad. I'm not. There is a lot in that. Like if you're ever in a cafe and you're flicking through, there is a lot more in that than online. There's much better stories in that
Well
actual
said,
paper,
Lauren.
I think.
Now that we've paid that bill.
You miss a lot.
You think they cram more into the actual paper?
Yeah, because there's so much
Yeah.
space to fill, and there's all those quirky little weird
and
stories.
you can't do your Sudoku online, can you?
No, well, I think you can.
Can you?
No, I think you can. No, yeah.
Hey,
Anyway.
Christian Petracca going to join us a little bit later on in the show. He is going to be talking the Mighty D's just after 8 o'clock this morning for us. And a past Hawks player and good friend of yours, Lozzie, coming up before 7.
Yes, excited. Shane Crawford, I love him. He's got a lot on his plate at the moment. He's promoting Mother's Day Classic. He's on Dancing with the Stars. His kids are about to turn 18, which worries me because Crawford is a man-child. And how he has a nearly 18-year-old son blows my mind.
I reckon him and I would be good on a night out together. Reckon we'd get along.
We'll soon find out.
What, you reckon
child.
you'd be mates?
Yeah. Well, I just think
I
we'd both
do-
be as immature as each other.
Yeah, I do have a habit of
Imagine the footy
working
chat.
with men who are man-childs.
Yeah.
Man-children?
Man, children.
Man-childs.
Yes, Brady?
So the results are in from your tips.
No.
You are currently on 32.
Out of what?
What does that mean?
A lot, but you're only 3 behind the winner, so you're doing well.
Oh!
Wow. Dumb luck.
Look at your faces. We're going to need an
I'm
audit.
stunned.
Look at the shock on everyone's face.
Guys, I want to talk celebrity encounters to kick things off this morning.
Who'd you bump into?
You've both had your fair share, no doubt.
Well, we've had to interview a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you find yourself in that moment? Do you sort of panic a little bit with small talk?
Oh.
Yeah, I
remember-
do.
Remember the other day I was locked in the cool room with David Neitz?
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. You were
yeah.
too.
Lovely bloke, great bloke.
But you
Melbourne
thought I was
Football
coming
Club.
in too.
But
and
like
I've
I'm-
known him for years, and you were like, oh, yeah, well, it was so hot they went and stood in the cool room just for some context.
At the pub.
Oh, yeah, right.
It was a hot day. And I think Jace thought I was following him in too, and I didn't go in. And Jace was like, oh, no, I'm alone with a football player.
Dear. I don't know. I think I've got a history of being a bit mumbly, fumbly, a bit awkward. I know that, Lauren,
You would be.
you've witnessed this firsthand. But recently I was on a holiday at Waiheke
Oh,
in New Zealand. What a place, Jace.
Waiheke Island.
Oh, I thought you said Waikiki.
No.
Waiheke.
Waiheke Island. So if you ever go to New Zealand, you go to Auckland. It's a beautiful island. It's about 35 minutes out
Do
from a
people
ferry.
go to Auckland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do.
Quite
People
swish
it's like-
these
yeah,
days.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just went to
Queenstown and stuff like
Queenstown.
No, Auckland's like your big city,
Oh.
but Waiheke Island, 35 minutes out on a ferry, and there's about 40 different wineries and
Well,
Airbnbs on there.
speaking of which, we were at, I think, a place you recommended, Mudbrick.
Great spot.
So we'd got the ferry over. We'd had a few on the ferry, okay?
Doesn't
Setting
sound
the
like you.
scene.
I know it's great, isn't it?
A few on arrival, a few when we got to the winery. So I
Screams
was
holiday, Clint.
I was a little bit OTT, a bit over the top. Sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. As it turns out, this bloke was holiday, well, not so much holiday. He was working on Waiheke at the same time.
I'm nobody. I came because I had no choice. I came to save my home and the people that I love.
That is the heartthrob that is Jason
I was going to
Momoa.
say, is that Aquaman?
That is Aquaman, ladies and gentlemen.
He was a waiter at Mudbrick.
He wasn't a waiter. He
Oh,
was
right.
enjoying the day with his mates, but as a top
You
notch.
couldn't miss him either. Is
Oh,
he
he's
built
massive,
like a
isn't he?
building?
The hair was out. The guns were out.
Mm.
He was loving life, but he was also. The people knew he was there. There
Oh,
were
yeah.
stairs whenever he went to the toilet. There were photos, all that sort of thing. So we were like, let's play cool. We
Must
don't
be
want to.
so
We don't want to be
annoying.
those people, right?
No.
So we just sat back, and I think he really appreciated the fact that we sat back. So
What the?
he actually came up to me and
What?
to my mates because we were actually getting a selfie at the time. So he offered to take the photo for us, right?
Oh,
and I'm
cute.
like, oh, that'd be awesome. Can you please? And I'm like, it's Aquaman. He's taking
Oh,
the photo.
Jesus.
And again, I'm just going to preface this
What
by
a good
saying
bloke.
we've had a few, right?
Yeah.
So take the photo. Small talk ensues. We're like, "Hey, so what have you been doing here? I'm shooting a movie. I'm like, oh yeah, of course you are, of course you are. It's a hot day, right? It's hot. And we'd planned to go for a swim at the beach afterwards. I said, I mean, you should come for a swim with us. I mean, you're Aquaman.
Oh, don't. Oh, no. Oh, you've gone too far.
Did you say that?
I said that.
Do you want to come for a swim with us?
You're Aquaman.
We're going for a swim. I mean, you should come for a swim with us. I mean, you're Aquaman.
Oh, God, you've gone from pretending you didn't know who he was to
We went
inviting
from
him.
being the coolest,
Yeah.
unaffected people in the place
To
to
reciting
being...
his
Well,
IMDb.
to be fair, he started it when he came and said, lads, want me to take a photo?
Hang on. What did he say?
Mate, he didn't say anything. He
Pretended he
grabbed
didn't
his
hear.
glass of red wine, turned around, and went back to his mates.
Yeah.
See
Fair
you
enough,
later,
too.
guys. Why do I do it?
Also, can I say something?
Yeah.
Have you seen what he looks like
Oh,
in
mate.
togs? I would not be wanting to
Yeah,
go
I
to the
don't,
beach
I
with
don't
him.
think you'd want to be, because you get jealous
No.
of the best of times.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think I measure up pretty well against Aquaman?
To his left, maybe to his
No.
left thigh, but that'll
What
be
an
about.
idiot I am. Why do I do it?
I'll tell you
No,
why.
you know why though? People, you panic when you just say things when you're around people like that. What were you going to say?
Wouldn't have been
Wow.
the
Oh,
900.
I've got no idea.
Well, you
I'm
could have
just trying
said
to
you
make
should
small
go.
talk.
The beach is amazing here. You should go check it out. That
With
would have
us?
been better. No, not with us. Just send him on his merry way like a tourist.
Do you reckon the
Shame.
900 drinks on the ferry had something to do with
Oh, I
it?
don't know, Jace. I was just
Yeah, he got
sampling
his
the local
Dutch
product.
courage. Dutch courage.
Thursday, footy tonight.
Thursday with footy on a Thursday has a bit of a weekend vibe.
Yeah, it
doesn't
does.
It?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't
Thursday's become my Friday.
Yeah, see, I wasn't into the Thursday footy thing for a while.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, footy, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Too much footy. And now I'm like, oh, Thursday. Now it feels like that weekend.
Yeah, works for me.
I love the footy on a Thursday.
Yeah, I've got quite into it too.
My little man Felix starts his school football this Friday.
What's his team called?
Well, it's the school team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they were swapping round jumpers yesterday, and he kept swapping until he got 46, Mason Cox's number.
That's cool.
Oh, what? Do they get to pick their own number?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they were trading around yesterday.
Oh, that's so cute that he wanted Mason's
I know.
number.
So he runs out on Friday, asked me for some coaching advice.
So did they?
Oh, sorry.
Does he want to be terrible? That's embarrassing.
Sorry, Mick Malthouse.
Well, look at Ted.
What sort
Ted
of...
Lasso did okay.
Oh, he did actually. Believe. Everyone touch the sign before they go out. You idiot.
I
You
am
can't coach them.
I'm going
coach-
to
What
teach
are you going to say?
We're going to do some mark practice and stuff this afternoon.
Mark practice. Oh, Jesus, I'm embarrassed
It's an
for you.
improvement to when he was calling to catch.
Okay, boys, it's time for catching practice. Oh, my God. Now we're going to do goal shooting.
Gosh. Who's the goalkeeper? Come on.
Hey,
My God, that's embarrassing.
Hey,
Good luck to little Felix.
Yeah, good luck.
Because you weren't sure if you were going to let him play footy.
yeah, I know. We're debating, but no, we're all steam ahead. I've got to go get him a mouth guard
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Very important.
Yeah, you just get the cheapies from the chemist, don't you? Where you put them in hot water and then mould them to their
Yeah,
mouth.
because I lose them all the time.
That's
but
what I
think
thought.
they're quite
yeah,
good.
yeah.
There was the person that would come to school and be like, you could actually get them properly moulded and
Oh,
you could get
yeah.
colours and all kinds.
Yes.
And then I'd do it for when I played hockey. Yeah, went through a hockey phase.
Did you?
Yeah, sure.
I
did.
could see you as a hockey player.
Yeah, and they tried to make me the goalie, and I was like, this ain't it for me. I'm out of here. Yeah.
Why were you the goalie?
Probably
she
because I was
shit
shit at
house-
hockey.
It's not great with the stick, so let's just pat her up.
Yeah, I had the same question when I did rowing, and they made me the cocks.
Yeah, right.
And then I'd just lose my mouth guard every week, and Mum was like, that's it. We're getting the pharmacy one.
Yeah, no, I've gone the bright green pharmacy
Yeah,
one.
bright green, lime green. Cool.
I'm a sucker for a love story, guys.
Aren't we all? I love love.
What's caught your eye?
This one's a bit of a rock. What's caught your eye, Clint? Every time I look over, your eyes are down. What are you doing over there?
Oh, sorry, the soccer's on, Champions League.
Are you watching it on your mobile telephone device?
I am. I am.
How dare you?
Very intense match.
What's the score?
It's 1-1.
How long to go?
Quarter-final, Champions League. About 6 minutes, maybe.
Can you give your phone to Lauren? You'll get it back at the end of the day. It's the rules in
I'll
school
turn it
now.
off. I'll put
Dad's
it down.
angry.
Okay, put it down.
I haven't cared about soccer since the Matildas lost. The
Oh,
World
you
Cup.
were very.
Oh, no,
into
you
the
were counting down
Matildas.
to that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, this love story is a bit of a roller coaster. A 103-year-old has passed away,
Oh, that's not a
RIP.
love story.
widowing her 47-year-old partner.
No.
Sorry.
She was 103. He was 47.
Okay, I'll give you guys 5 seconds to do the maths on that.
55?
Wouldn't know. I'll say yes.
50 something.
They were together for 11 years.
Wow.
So this wasn't like an overnight insurance job. Like they were like, you know,
Wow,
he's
it's-
Well,
He-
to be fair, she's 103, right? So if you signed up at 92,
I
you
mean,
probably
you-
did think it wasn't going to go for 11 years. You probably didn't think she had 11 years.
Yeah,
Hey,
he was like, I don't think I'm
Where
going to
is
have to
this?
play the long
In
game here.
America?
No, this is in Sydney, and here's the best.
Oh.
Well, guys, I haven't even got to the best bit yet. She was previously married to his grandfather.
No.
Hang on.
No.
I need to draw
No.
a diagram. Sorry, what? Go
So
again?
the 103-year-old was married to a 47-year-old.
Yes.
So it was her second husband.
Yes, and her first husband was that guy's grandfather.
Well, sorry,
Oh,
that means
dearie
that
me.
she would be his grandmother.
Yeah, technically, but not blood.
So like a step grandfather.
Yeah.
So it was this is her third marriage.
No, second.
Yeah, that was
Well,
Nan.
no, because
That was Nan.
if she was married to grandpa, that means that's Nan.
That's Nan.
He
He's-
can't be married to his
He
nan
was
in
stooping
Sydney.
Nan.
No, he can't be. No, she's 103. She wasn't stooping.
What? You don't know?
You don't know.
I know.
I
Shop
don't know
is
if
shut.
you do.
You're
Shop is shut at 103.
Nah,
When
see,
you're
I-
in triple digits, you're not throwing a leg over. No,
Well,
it's not happening.
maybe she didn't need to throw the leg over.
I'll give you a hot tip, mate.
Do you retire from throwing a leg over at a certain age? do you
No,
reckon?
nursing homes are
Oh,
rough.
yeah, they love it.
Not fully stooping.
Lauren, when the lights go down,
No, I
Baby, when the
refuse.
lights
I refuse.
Go
go
down.
out. Da, na, na,
They
na,
want it.
na, na, na.
Sorry, how often are you hanging out at nursing homes watching what
Mate,
happens after the lights go
they
I used to go
down?
and visit my
You two
nan.
freaks.
I used to go and visit my
What,
nan.
after dark?
No, God, no, I didn't want to be stooped.
Stooped.
Yeah, at nursing homes.
Insane, apparently.
When the lights go down, mate, they move from room to room.
Wow. How old are people still throwing a leg over? You really think 100-year-olds are still doing it? No, you'd break a hip at that age.
There's only one way to find out.
Hang on, have we
13, 24, 10.
How
30.
old are you? When was the last time you did the deed?
13, 24, 10. Let's find the longest person still throwing the leg over.
Yeah, the oldest person, not
Maybe.
the longest person.
Sorry, not longest. That's a long leg.
Woo.
I'd like to enter this conversation.
I don't know. I reckon people are hanging up their boots.
13, 24, 10. Right?
How old are you?
Surely people would have loved ones in nursing homes and they've heard the stories
Yeah.
as well.
Those corridors after dark.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
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 Anyway, this guy was stooping his.
Man.
It can't be right. You've got your facts wrong in that story.
I'm telling you now, it's happening in nursing homes. I've heard stories about like people that have had to go and get their uncle out of other rooms and stuff like
Well,
that.
Change-
but that's maybe because they've got a bit confused and got lost.
and just happen to take their clothes off. And,
Potentially.
Even if you work in a nursing home, 13,
Oh,
24,
yeah.
10, I want to hear about it.
Throwdowns.
and
At
the,
Shady
the
Park.
way you said that was like you
Now-
really wanted all the details.
I would say that those like the
Oh,
independent.
the phone lines are lining up. Look at them go.
Come on, Melbourne.
13, 24, 10.
No.
All right, let's hurry through this break and come back and hit the phones. We're talking how old are you and you're still throwing the leg over. Let me set the scene.
Thank you for being a friend.
What a ripping show. You'd be the Blanche on this team.
Weren't they all in their
My favourite
50s when
show.
they were filming
Yeah, or even
that show?
older. Even older.
No, I think they were young, but
Yeah,
they were playing
young.
older people.
Yeah.
Really?
In the
Yeah.
Golden Girls. Yeah, I loved the Golden Girls.
So did I.
Loved
We're
it.
pretty much the Golden Girls.
We are.
So how old is too old?
Well,
13.
no, there's no such thing as too old, but I think people are retiring from throwing a leg over
'Cause they
in
don't wanna
like their
put their
late
hip out.
60s or early 70s.
No. 13, 24, 10. Clint and I are trying to give Lauren an eye-opener here. We think it is rife in nursing
Oh,
homes.
yeah.
Or like
You
retirement
could be
villages.
90. 90 plus. They're still going for it.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Just wouldn't want to be on top. Let's go to the phones.
I
13,
think I'd want to be on the bottom.
24, 10. Casey in Mornington. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right.
Do you have some info? Some
Yeah, what do you know?
intel
What do you know?
on what the oldies are doing?
hate to break it to you, Lauren, but I worked in aged care and they definitely enjoy jumping rooms of a night.
How old are we talking, Casey?
Oh, look,
Like 80s?
the younger ones, like 70s, were the most active.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we did have people in their 80s.
Good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
What else are you
Simple
going to do? I mean, the
pleasures.
only problem is at that age, you're spending the night 'cause you're too bloody exhausted to go back to your room. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Did you never, some mornings would you go to deliver breakfast and you'd be like, oh, there were two in the bed.
And
the little
one
one
said,
said,
Got to put my teeth back in.
oh, no, you couldn't be doing that with no teeth.
We had night rounds, and
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know.
it wasn't really a problem.
13, 24, 10. If you think that's shocking, wait till you hear our next
yes.
caller.
We are discussing, and I don't know why we are discussing this, but we are discussing, do people retire from doing the deed at a certain age? Jason and Clint think
No,
bed
absolutely
hopping
not.
and sexual activity is rife in nursing homes.
What else are you doing? Tipping point's only on half
Playing
an hour a
Scrabble
day.
and sleeping, and you're exhausted at that age.
Don't think you know what's going on, not in, and on
Well, I
in
think
the
you nailed it there.
bedrooms around Melbourne.
Do you just think you're jealous?
I reckon in your 70s you're sort of hanging up the boots.
Emma in Taylor's Lakes. All right, what info have you got on this subject?
Okay, a Pop, 96. Him and his partner, she fell off the bed.
No!
Yes, and that's how they got caught, and it was a nightly ritual, apparently.
Nightly?
Oh, it keeps them young.
96.
Yep.
So, okay.
She had
Was
a
she
fall off
okay?
the bed.
Yeah, was she all right?
Yeah, she was fine. She was fine.
How
Yeah.
old was she?
She was in her late 70s.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Pop's still got it. So were they living together, or they're in a nursing
No.
home? Or,
No, they were in a nursing home.
oh, and she'd
So,
swing
but
into his
she was
room.
she was his partner and kept popping in.
Emma,
I mean, I think it's sweet. I think you should be loved.
Yeah,
at
it's
all
awesome.
ages.
when you guys found out about this, were you encouraging of it, or did you try and put a stop to it?
No, just let him go.
Yeah, he's 96. You can't be putting a stop
Putting
to
a
it.
stop to it. What are you,
It's
their
the most
parents?
natural
Hang on,
thing on
I'm
earth.
just asking the question. I'm encouraging it.
Well, let's go to Nikki,
We don't.
who is a pathologist. How do you know?
Okay, so I used to be a pathology collector, and we would go to retirement homes to take blood and, for the residents there, and it was not uncommon for one of those tests to be testing for syphilis. I remember the first time I saw that on the referral, and I was
Oh,
like,
my God.
I said to one of the ladies who worked there, why? Like, I don't get it. Like, that can't be right. I mean, people at that age
Yeah.
are not having sex. And she's like, honestly, it's like an orgy around here.
Oh my
Forget
gosh.
about a 7-year
Get it,
itch. It's a
get it, Pop.
96-year itch.
Bloody hell.
Ah.
I'm going to need my
Wow.
pills early today, please.
What pills do you reckon?
Oh,
Do you reckon
mate,
you
I
could
reckon
get them in the dispensary?
I can tell you, I reckon
The little
you'd,
blue pills.
you'd hear them rattling. Let's go to Debbie. Morning, Debbie.
Morning.
All right, Deb, what proof have you got that they're still throwing the leg over past 80?
So I used to work a few years ago as an escort.
As an escort?
Yes.
Oh,
As an
yeah.
escort.
Oh, boy.
And so I used to have a lovely old gentleman that his son used to pick him up from the retirement village, make him the booking, give him the little envelope of money, and drop him off and wait for him out the front.
How old was he?
He was well and truly into his 70s, yes.
Yes. Oh, my God.
What a son.
So the son was pimping him out.
It was amazing. He was the most beautiful old man, and he'd been widowed, so
Aw.
he still had that urge, and his son realised that. Yeah.
Oh, my.
What a good father-son relationship.
Aw.
That's great. Deb, how much energy did the 70-year-old have?
Surprisingly, not a great deal.
Oh, so he couldn't do it like
You know
the young bucks.
He probably had more energy than Clint after a belly full of beers on a Saturday night, to be honest.
His enthusiasm was definitely there.
Okay.
His appreciation was definitely there.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, he enjoyed it for long enough. Yeah.
There's all kinds of things going on out in the wild, wild west of the
I think you live a
community,
very
isn't
sheltered life, old Phillips.
Enjoyed it for long enough. That's what she said.
it? The old bull still got it.
Imagine how the sun would be. Oh, Dad, you bloody extra 10 minutes this week. Good for
Go,
you.
you good
Oh,
thing.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. You want to hit a drive-through on the way home?
That was wild.
Wow.
God, I love the
Okay.
people. I love the people that listen to this show.
Yes.
We've got them all.
The oldies are still doing it.
Absolutely,
Getting
Dom.
jiggy with it.
Yep, they're doing it more than
What about
us.
the pathologist?
my God.
STD.
The STDs.
Stop
and
it.
It is
That's mind-blowing.
just gone 6 past
Good on
7.
you. By the way, shout out to the oldies out there who might just be walking back to their little rooms this morning.
Cheer that.
Good on you.
Lauren said, good on you. Clint, did I hear you say driverless trucks?
Driverless trucks, Jace. That's right.
No,
on
I
the
don't
freeways.
like that. Is it happening now?
10 o'clock tonight to 5 a.m. tomorrow.
No, I don't like that.
They do have a driver in them just in case something goes amiss.
Yeah, that rattles
It's a
me.
trial.
So when on the Monash and like main freeways?
On the major thoroughfares.
Yeah. Don't you think we should
Although,
try
I
it with
do
like
think-
cars rather than giant trucks first?
Yeah, it's a bit scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I won't be on the roads tonight. Nor. That's a nor from me.
Yeah, I agree, Prue.
Remember that Tesla? Didn't they do it's like a Tesla or one of the e-cars
Yeah.
with it no drivers,
I
and that
believe
didn't
so,
go very
yeah.
well?
Yeah. So one of them bloody ran over someone in the States.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
yes.
just not ready
so
for it.
in
That's what I reckon, yeah.
Remember when I was in San Francisco
Yes.
last year, which is like the tech capital of the world, where
Yep.
all the big tech companies are setting up shop, and they had the driverless Ubers.
Yeah.
And they have cameras like everywhere, all over them. And there was 2 competing companies, I believe, over there that was doing the driverless. They're not Uber branded, driverless, car share or whatever it's called. And one of them, because the cameras weren't underneath, a woman. I think she bent down to tie her shoelace in front of it, and it didn't recognise that there was someone on the ground,
Jesus.
and it like dragged her halfway down the street. And that company got shut down.
Yeah, right.
There's many issues with them.
It's a long journey, but we got there.
Have you seen the videos on socials when someone leaves a passenger in the Tesla? And then
yes!
And then they go inside and then they reverse the Tesla out of the...
What?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happens?
yeah. It's very funny and they panic. They're like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Ah!
Wait, what happens?
Oh, you have
So
to be there.
There's a passenger and they go, I just got to go inside and grab something. And then as a bit of a prank, as a lol, they reverse the Tesla out the driveway and
But
the
do they-
passenger's going, oh, what's going on?
Do they actually self-drive? Because I've got a Tesla. So
I
I
believe they do.
Well, you can buy the self-drive pack, but I don't think it's legal here in Australia
Right.
yet.
So don't
Yeah.
be trialling it in the
Yeah.
suburbs.
To be honest, you know what?
Hang on, Scatman in our team also has a Tesla. Did they self-drive?
No, you got to pay extra for the full self-driving package.
But are you legally allowed to use that?
Not on the road. No, you can auto park at your house.
Oh.
So you leave it outside of your garage and press the button and it'll park itself in there for you.
You know what? Lauren's the one person I think auto drive would be good for.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
My
safer on the
driving's
roads.
not bad. My
safer on the
parking's-
roads for
We
everyone.
should do a comparison. Just track them both. Who's the better driver?
Well, yeah, they don't. There's no room for error in a driverless
All right, well, there you
car.
go. If you're on the freeways tonight and you see a truck and there's no one behind the wheel, apparently it's all above board. Hey, it's just gone 17 past 7.
Freaky teaky.
Jason Lawrence. Say hey for 10K.
For Forget registering on websites. Forget ringing up and trying to get through and be called a 7. All you have to do is come up, see us, say hey, and you could win 10K.
I'm so excited. We've got $30,000 to give away. So here's how it works. We are going to be out and about across Melbourne over the next couple of weeks. We want you to come and say, hey. And you could be winning 10K. But if you are the 100th or the 200th or the 300th person to say hello, every 100 wins 100. If you are the 1,000th person or the 2,000th, every 1,000th wins 1,000. And the 10,000th person we meet will win 10,000 buckaroonies.
That's right.
That is easy.
Just got to walk
It's
up,
so easy.
say hey, shake our hand, and you are counted. Someone will be there with one of those little nightclub clickers. Tick, 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 tick.
I know them well.
We want to win. We want to meet 10,000 of you, Melbourne.
Yeah.
And we want to give away a heap of cash along the way.
Who knows how long this is going to take, but I can reveal it will be a different location every single day.
After the show?
We'll be out for about an hour or so.
Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the arvos.
If you can't get to us, we'll give you an opportunity to ring in on the morning and say, hey.
Are we going to do weekends as well?
Yeah, we will head out on the weekends.
Let's do weekends. People are busy during the week.
Are we ready for location number 1?
Yes.
This is the first place. You will be able to find us and come up and say, hey.
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 On Monday morning, we will be meeting you all at 8 a.m. at Flinders Street Station.
Well, I can
On the corner
Central.
there. Yep.
Smack bang
You
in the
might be
middle
on
of
the way
Melbourne.
to work. You might be on the way to school.
So how this is going to work, because this one will be during the show. After 7:30, we're going to take the show mobile and head
Yes.
down to Flinders Street Station. So if you do travel through there on your way to work, Monday morning, 8 o'clock, we'll be doing the show live from Flinders Street Station, and at the same time shaking hands and saying, hey.
Come say hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Love this. I'm
Say
excited.
hey for 10K. Like Lauren said, 100th person. Every 100th person wins $100. Every 1,000th person wins $1,000. And then the 10,000th person we shake hands with and say, hey, will win $10,000.
Pretty simple.
It's bloody easy.
It's the easiest money I've ever given away.
Cannot wait. And we will. We're going to get right across Melbourne, all different parts. You name it, Geelong, Frankston, the city areas, out in the burbs, we'll be everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Hit us up on socials if there's somewhere you really want us.
And watch our socials as well, because we'll reveal the next day's location every single day. But
I'm excited to meet 10,000 people.
Yeah, that's huge.
Be a bit of fun. Say hey for 10K. Kicks off Monday morning, 8 o'clock.
Guys, you know when you want to get on to someone, how many times is it reasonable to call? Like if you call someone,
Oh.
do you ever call them back again to see if they'll answer? Like
Yes.
if they don't answer.
You know
Jace
me.
does.
I
Jace
just
is a
ring
pest.
and ring and ring
Yeah, it's
and ring.
irritating. But is there a level like
8.
one calls like a
8.
one is a casual catch up, right? Like I just want to say hi
Yeah.
or I just want to see what's going on. 2 is a bit like, oh, I probably need to talk to you. I would say that if someone calls you 3 times, it's an emergency.
It's an absolute emergency.
Well, even
can't
if
be-
you put your phone on like the old do not disturb thing, if it's someone in your favourites and they constantly ring,
it goes through.
yeah,
Does
it'll
it?
actually let it through. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was wondering that.
But I
Yeah.
think they know that it hasn't gone through because you're on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, we were away last week and I was on a call that I had been, it was a really important call and I've been playing phone tags or anything worse than playing phone tag.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
think, when you see you've missed it again, you're like,
Yeah.
how? How have I missed that call again? So I've been playing phone tag and I finally got on this call, having a very serious, I want to say business chat, which makes me sound far more important than I am. Anyway, having this really like conversation that I've been trying to have for 2 days. We've been playing phone tag and Paul called me on the other line and I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll call him back. And then he called again and I was like, oh, nah, surely after the second time, if I don't answer, he'll send me a text. And then he called again.
Oh,
And
no,
I
you
was
got to
like,
answer it. You got to get it.
yeah,
You
I
gotta
was
take
like,
it.
hey, I'm
'Cause he's
so
a big
sorry.
texter too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is, yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I have to take a call. There must be some kind of family emergency. Paul's just called me 3 times in a row. Can I call you back?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, you got to
I
take
hope
that.
everything's okay. And I was like, 3 times.
So this is mid-business chat.
Yeah, so but I hung up the call and I'd missed the third call by that stage. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'll call him straight back. I called him back. I was like, hey, Dal. He goes, hey. And I was like, is everything okay? And he goes, yeah, well, I was just calling to see if we had any bread or should I stop at the bakery on the way home?
That's not on.
Oh, no, I disagree.
Should I stop
Why?
at the bakery
Well,
to
he's
get
about
bread?
to pass the bakery.
Send a text.
He doesn't want to turn back.
Nah, I think that's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's...
I'm sorry, because he can't win. Because if he got home and you would have hung up that business call and been like, it's going to make us lunch, but we've got no bread.
Well, just then get bread. You don't 3 times, Clint.
That's SOS territory. I'm sorry, Jason.
No,
I agree with Lauren.
I
Paul,
think 3
out of line.
He
calls
can't
in a
win.
row.
No, 3 calls. He's going past the bakery. Now's the time.
Well, then just pull in and get another loaf of bread. What's the
Oh,
worst
is that what
can
it's like
happen?
at your place? Just bread growing on trees.
Is that where it comes from?
Play it cool, everyone. The Popo's in the house.
You first start talking.
Jason Lawrence. Probe the Popo.
Tell
me what you know.
Each week, we've been getting someone in from the force, different
Yes.
departments. We had a negotiator in the other week.
Yeah, we love this segment.
I was using his skills to try and get one of the kids out of their room the other day. I did the whole joke thing because you know how he said,
But
like,
you're
you know,
not funny.
but it worked. He opened the door and said, "Dad, you're not funny." And out of sympathy, my kid left the room.
Yeah, remember that police negotiator said to get someone off a roof.
Just tell
the
a
guy
joke.
said, "If you make me laugh, I'll get down."
No matter how bad.
This week's a bit of a different one. We have As-If, who is a custody officer supervisor working for the police. This guy has a photographic memory, which would 100% come in handy for your job. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me in your show. It's really good to be here.
So, run us through how your photographic memory skill comes in play when it comes to policing.
Well, if I meet someone, I just don't forget him. Like, when I see him, how he behaves. Like, it doesn't matter, like, when I dealt with him, let's suppose, like, 2 years ago, I still remember his face and the name as well.
So it says here that there was a case where more than $100,000 in sunglasses had been stolen, and there was a photo circulated, and you remembered this person from dealing with him back in 2008.
Yep, that's exactly right. I dealt with him in 2009, and I could remember the time as well, and I could remember where this... what discussion I had with him.
That is amazing. And what is it? Is it people's faces that you recognise, or is it tattoos, or is it the way they walk?
I just simply like, how they, like, they behave, like, the standing posture. Like,
Right.
when they speak, when their hand movements.
So it's all their mannerisms and everything.
Yes, absolutely
Because I
right.
often watch those Crime Stopper ads, and I think I know that person.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that
yeah.
person before, don't you? I'm never right.
Well, sometimes with the Crime Stopper ads, they're recreations, so they're actors. So you might have seen them on, I don't know, All Saints.
As if I needed you at university. Where were you when I was trying to remember quotes from books and all the rest
actually, you
of
know
it?
what? Funnily enough, so obviously you've got a photographic memory when it comes to policing.
Yeah.
What about at home? Like I'm pretty good where I'll watch my wife put her keys or mobile phone down.
Oh, you're never losing them.
And I'll remember that. And Lou will message me during the show and be like, "Hey, babe, do you know where my keys are?" And I know I can go, "Yeah, blue couch, left-hand side."
Oh.
Yeah. It's the same thing with my wife as well. Like, she said, "I just rely on you so much. Please don't leave me." I said,
Where did I park the car? What level in Chadston is it?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever lost your car at Chadston?
No, he'd never lose anything. Do you remember people's names and their stories as well, or just you're like, I know that person?
No, I just, most of the people who I dealt with them, I just remember their names as well. So it's easy to give their names, like, as well.
And when did you realise you had this amazing skill?
Well, it's when I joined the Vic poll, the 2016. The first one, the person I identified because of one of my sergeant going through this footages, and I said, "Oh yeah, I know this guy," and she just looking at me, "Who is he?" I said, "Oh, that's his name," and she goes,
So you didn't go into the police force because you knew you had this incredible skill. You realised it once you joined.
No, once I joined it, like, at the end, I started picking people, like, from the stills, "Oh, this guy, him, this guy, him," and then they said, "Oh."
So these are all people of interest, basically.
Yes, that's
POI,
absolutely
and
POI.
then they'll throw you some CCTV.
Yes.
You'll go through CCTV and you'll be like, "I've seen him before."
Yes, that's absolutely
South
right.
Melbourne Market.
Yep.
So you're like on Law and
Amazing.
Order when they put the photo into the system and the system's got to
Scans
scan the
it.
photo.
He's the system.
You're the system
He's
in Law and
reverse-
Order.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
reverse Google
built-in
images.
facial recognition, you can say, like, what I mean? And then having said that, then people start saying, "Oh, you are super recognizer." I never knew, so I just Google it, and I found out in UK, in Scotland Yard, they have the whole squad.
Oh, of people like you.
Yeah, they're just like, their job is to, like, they only look at the go through the footages and pick the
Amazing.
Didn't they have a medium on Law and
Yeah.
Order as well? Didn't she do some great work?
A what?
The medium.
like a
Yes,
psychic.
yeah, they did have a meeting on
Yeah,
there. So
look,
that
Law
was-
and Order is not actually a true representation of what happens.
What do you
in
mean?
life.
Spoiler alert.
Come on.
Hey, Asif, but do you like see people and think, oh, I remember him. I remember what he said to me in high school and how mean that was.
Yep.
And now you see them in the street and you're a police officer and just want to give them a piece of your mind?
Like, when I'm stopping on the lights, the people I dealt with them, sometimes they just walk across the road and I said, oh, yeah, that's her. That's him.
So you know it sucks.
Your wife would get away with nothing. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be married to you.
Yeah. Why is the garbage guy around again this week?
No, no.
Oh, no, not like that. Right.
I've seen
You'd
him
be
before.
like, no, I didn't leave that there. I didn't do that. Yeah, you did. I remember.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the most serious policing question.
Yep.
But is it true members of the force get discount at drive-throughs?
I know.
Or in your uniform? Like, have you ever rocked up at Macca's in your uniform and they've gone 10% off?
No, I never done that. So
Okay.
I can't give the answer
Let's go to my next question.
You know,
Can I
police
borrow a
officers
uniform?
don't just sit around and eat donuts like in The Simpsons either.
Again, spoiler alert.
Are you good at that memory game? You know, where you've got the cards and like
Oh,
tomato,
yes.
tomato. You good at that game?
I give it a shot, but I never played that
Do you know
game.
he'd also be good at counting cards at the casino?
Oh, yeah.
I was actually
Oh,
thinking,
yeah, he says. No, he's a police officer.
Let's
He'd
take
never
him
do
for a hoon
anything
down at Crown.
like that.
sign him up to Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, you'd remember where the briefcases were.
Absolutely.
In all seriousness, though, when has this skill come in handy? Like, what are some of the cases that you've managed to blow wide open because of this extraordinary skill you have?
Oh, well, there is a lot, but I can give you the one example the other day. When there was a POI, they were looking for it. They identified two, but they couldn't identify the one, and the still CCTV footage was pretty bad. But I know straight away this guy, when I dealt with him in 2023.
And you picked it straight away?
Yeah, and I knew what time he came into my station and what was he charged for,
You remember the time and the day as well?
Yeah, and I straight away said, I remember the member who dealt with him, and he was involved in a kidnapping, and within not even 5 minutes, I sent an email to the detective, and he replied me back, "That's amazing. Thanks,
He's gone."
Oh, that is amazing.
I wish we didn't meet you now, because if we ever come up as a person of interest, you're going to be like,
I know where to find
Nova,
'em.
April 18, 2024.
He was wearing that silly hat on his head.
Fat little ranger pushing the buttons.
But I know it's like a photographic memory, but do you have it like, I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, right? Do you remember like life events and things as well, or it's
Yeah.
just you got to see an image?
Yeah, I do remember the life events as well, and I heard that thing as well. People come up to me and they said, "Oh, we can't even remember what we had last night in the dinner, but you remember these things."
Yeah.
And I
tons of
said, well, it's just stuck in my head,
Do the cops ever get on the beers on a Friday, like at team meet, and go, "Hey," as if we're going to show you a photo and you tell them what crime they did from years ago,
good,
and test out your memory for a bit of fun?
Well, it's not like that. But when I joined the Wake poll, and I went through some of the previous files, and I started sending emails, and some of the members said, "Oh, after 2 years, how come you know this guy?" And I said, "Well, I dealt with him in the past, so I thought I just send
He just never forgets.
They'd want to bring out that red laser from the Matrix and zap your memory.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't remember this.
Think you're thinking Men in Black.
Oh, wrong movie. I'm not good with my movies. Did it help you at school?
As if remembered the movie.
It did.
Yeah.
It's like
It helped
you
at school?
mentioned about the uni. I was in the TAFE, and I'd done a couple of time exams, and the professor or the teacher come up to me, "Oh, what was the questions?" And I said, "Okay, these were the questions, and that was the page number, that was the paragraph number."
Oh, my gosh.
And then he just start writing. And then some of the students get upset. Why are you telling all these things to the teacher? Because he might gonna help the other students to get the good grades,
Yeah.
Do you know what? I should borrow him when I go out on the town at night so I can remember what I've done the next day.
Hey, Clint.
I wouldn't be hanging out with a police officer if I was
Yeah,
you.
also, if you remembered what you did, I don't think you'd ever go out again. As if, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much
A
for having me.
whole side of policing you didn't even know existed.
It's
you know
so
what I mean?
interesting. I love self-checkout.
I hate
I
self-checkout.
love it.
Loathe it.
I always wanted to be a checkout chick when I
Love
was
So
little.
you like scanning your own
I
stuff?
get in the groove, like the hip
Yeah.
swing. I'm like, beep, in the back.
No,
Beep.
and then what happens is the scales don't register something, and that silly little message comes up, and you have to wave, going, Debbie,
Oh,
Deb,
yes.
can I give you a tip for that?
Unexplained item in the bagging area.
Debbie-
Shocking.
Debbie's giving me a tip. If you put something in the bag and it doesn't register, just press down on the scales and let go again.
What resets?
It sort of resets.
As a former checkout chick, Safeway Ashwood, shout out, I don't go through the self-checkouts anymore. I go to a human.
So do
Oh,
I.
I love a self checkout. I
Did you,
love it. I feel so grown up using it.
Did you ever do the deli?
I didn't do. I pulled one shift in the deli because it was.
Looks
I think
frantic.
it's very, very tricky. Very tricky.
The deli gives me anxiety when you have to say how much weight you want.
Oh,
I'm
just
like,
stop it.
and then I go,
It's a real guesstimate.
300 grams of the champagne ham fangs, and then I see them pull it out, and I'm like, that
That's
ain't
a
what
lot
I
of-
was meaning, but that's perfect.
And then
Thank
how
you.
embarrassing when you got to be like, oh, can you take a bit out?
No, you never take a bit out. You just deal with
yeah,
it.
that'll do.
Oh,
That's
no,
fine.
I know. I've got no dramas in
Oh,
going.
of course you would.
What
that's
about when you
gone
go-
3 grams over? Take a bit out.
What about when you go, enough for 4 sandwiches?
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
See, that
but
would
my
throw
husband,
me.
he's a big boy, so make it maybe like a big serve. Yeah, anyway, that's
got
not what we're
people-
talking about.
I had a rogue customer one day when I was on the checkout. She was rude to me. Rude.
Right.
This is a true story. She had her little seedless grapes, and I pressed my hand on that scale just to make it weigh a little bit
Did
more.
you?
And those $6 grapes cost her $16, and I watched her walk out of Safeway Ashwood, and I said, "See you later, Rhonda."
And then did you pocket the 10?
No,
Give yourself
absolutely
the tip?
not.
No, you're an honesty man. Well, there's a problem in Brisbane. Of course, it's in Brisbane where Jace comes from, because the honesty policy of the old self-checkout isn't working, and some IGAs over there are actually removing them because they have worked out it's cheaper to staff the checkout than deal with the amount of loss they're dealing with.
Which sucks a bit because, like, the IGAs are small businesses. These aren't the massive supermarkets. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So people are taking the piss and obviously pinching stuff.
Well,
Like,
research has suggested that 1 in 8 Australians have stolen something in the past year.
1 in 8.
There's 8 people in our team. Who do you reckon it is?
Yes, actually. Let's have a look around.
Let's have a look around. There's the thumb. He wouldn't do it.
No.
the narc wouldn't do it. She's
No.
She's a clean skin. Well,
No.
sort of.
Look at that young millennial. She's not even millennial. What is she?
No, Ali
12?
wouldn't do it.
How
She's
old's
too
she?
sweet.
I reckon it's Jay. Honestly, I couldn't do it. I can't lie.
He'd be putting
I
the
cannot.
avocados through his washed potatoes, unwashed potatoes for sure. Have you ever done it?
No, they've got cameras now.
But you know what? It's sort of taken the fun out of looking up the deli items because that camera looks down.
Yeah.
It goes, oh, you've got avocados.
Does
there."
it?
Yeah.
It knows
What do you mean?
It can tell. So you know how you used to just put something on the scales and you'd have to search.
Yeah, you
know.
got to go through the silly
No.
list to
Well, now-
Z for zucchini.
AI, baby. You
So
got
it looks
Navo.
at it and it's like, oh, that's green. That's probably avocados.
How do you know that it's a hash or
No,
a
then you
shepherd?
choose. Then that's
Oh.
no. You like the POV ones.
I love the shepherd avos. They're $1.95 each at the moment.
See?
I bought 4 the other day.
How's that? Was it checkout, man? Still got it.
Shepherd avos are no good.
Can I hear your
And there's too
can I-
much pip in them.
No, hang on, just before you do. Once someone came through with what are those silly white carrots? I called them white carrots. What are they?
Radishes.
Parsnip? No, parsnips.
Parsnip.
I was flicking through that silly little directory
Oh, I
looking
couldn't
for
work
white
out what it
carrots.
was. Oh, you're actually looking
And
for
they're
it.
parsnips. I was there for hours. What are they?
Can I
They're
hear-
white carrots.
That's embarrassing.
Can I hear your price check voice?
Service 10 on register 3, please. Service 10, register 3.
And normally it's like really close. I go, and I'm a
price.
Coles.
How do they understand
We
what
get a
I'm
price check
saying?
on white carrots. White carrots, register 3.
If you did that,
Was this time yesterday that it went off?
in Scrabble, how many points is the letter Z worth?
Z is worth 10.
You have just won
Oh my God, that is so awesome.
You've
Thank
done
you
it.
so much, guys. I got it.
$5,000.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations to Simone. Let's try and do it
Yes.
again today.
How good. It's that easy. One question. You could have $5,000 in the bank. Let's go to Alyssa in Mordialloc. Morning, Alyssa.
Good morning.
All right, Alyssa.
I love Morty.
Do you?
Yeah, we're
Mordialloc.
looking for a place to buy at the moment. I love around Mordialloc there.
It's a lovely
it's
part of
nice,
the world.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That high street
So
there.
nice.
Sporting Globe pub. Otherwise, there's a great little restaurant called Bang Bang.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good fish and chip
really
shop.
good.
Yeah. Yep. Good fish
Needs
and
a
chip
good
shop.
fish and chip shop.
Tommy Ruff's fish.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
All
Anyway.
right. Thanks for joining Postcards this morning, Alyssa.
Realestate.com.au.
Bye for now.
Hey, Alyssa, I've got 3 questions for you. One is worth $5,000 and it's what we call hard. There's a medium question for $500 and there is a simple question for $50. What would you like to be asked this morning?
I'll go for the $500 question, please.
$500.
Done. Nice and medium.
Nice and medium. Just like a good steak.
Yeah.
Nice and medium.
Medium rare. Here we go. I will remind you get 3 seconds to answer the question, all right? So even if you can't think of it, I would strongly suggest taking a guess. all
Throwing
right?
out an answer.
Okay.
All right. Alyssa from Morty Alec. For $500, how many fortnights are there in 1 year?
3, 2, 1.
26.
She's done it!
She's done it.
Yes!
She's
yes!
went 2 from 2.
$500! Oh!
Alyssa.
She was
This
close.
is going to help so much.
Oh, you need the $500?
Yeah, I need the $500.
What are you going to do with it?
Oh, probably go towards my car.
Oh,
that's
good
cool.
on you. Well done.
What are you thinking? Putting on a spoiler? Or is
A wing.
Some mag
Yeah,
wheels.
I wish.
Here you go, Melbourne. How many fortnights are in 1 year? The correct answer was 26. Simple maths
We're
question,
cooking
really.
with gas now. on
I
this.
asked Jace just before.
Oh, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
How many fortnights in 1 year,
Go,
Jace?
go.
21.
21. Where did you pull that one from?
No,
was
he's
thinking of
rolling
a-
on a 42-week year. That's what's
thinking of a
happening.
leap year?
Well, given
A
all the
leap year?
holidays you get, you
Leap
know.
year doesn't affect the
I
fortnights.
know. Christian Petracca joining us on the air.
Good
morning, Track.
morning, Track.
Morning, guys. How are we?
Your headphones not working.
No, they're not, but I can still hear you.
Well, I'm right in front of you, hopefully. Hey, Track, how are you?
I don't know how to fix that.
Hey, it's fine. I can hear you guys.
Okay,
it's all
right,
good.
right.
All good.
How are we feeling?
Feeling good. There we go. I literally just had to turn the volume up.
Oh,
Oh, that'll get you.
It's 8 in the
Lucky
morning.
you can kick a footy.
I know. Thank God. Going well. Going really well.
Have you guys got a weekend off?
I had the bye. All the weekdays off.
Right.
Not the weekend. Was up to Noosa, which was good for a few
Oh,
days.
you actually got a little holiday in.
3 days.
Heaven.
Technically. It was great. Get some sun. Now back in cold Melbourne.
But why are you back if you got the bye?
Because they've got to
'Cause we
train,
play-
mate.
Because you train leading into the next game.
Yes.
Ah,
and also we play earlier next week because of Anzac Eve, which should be an exciting
yes.
game against the Tigers.
Oh, that's-
Anzac Eve is my favourite game of the year. It's
Yeah.
such a special game, isn't it?
It's-
It's really it feels special.
It's remarkable. It's incredible. To be a part of it, I feel really grateful and privileged to be a part of something so historic. It is truly incredible. The way they do it before the game as well.
Yeah.
The horses, the lights turned
It's
off,
amazing,
the lights, with the ring, and then obviously the national anthem and the last post is it is really,
It's
really special.
Goosebump inducing, isn't it?
It is, and this is I think it's my 7th or 8th one now, and it
Never gets old.
never gets old.
Do you get a different feeling in your adrenaline on those games? There feels like there's something special in the air on those big nights.
Yeah, definitely. Those games, obviously Anzac Day Eve game, King's birthday game against Collingwood for motor neuron disease with Neil Danaher. Those types of games, they're like finals. You know the Collingwood and Richmond supporters are going to come out. It'll be 85 plus. I think it's their game, so it'll be 85,000 easily at the game, and it is awesome. But even the week building up to it, like tomorrow we'll go to. We'll go next to the Shrine of Remembrance.
Yep.
We'll have a guest speaker, someone probably in the Army, and talk about their experience. Last year we had a pilot come, and he's had family and generations from who are also pilots too, and who are in the Army too.
I like the club gives it the respect it deserves.
It has to. You need to. And I think for younger guys coming up as well, you need to understand the importance of it. And also, Melbourne Footy Club, we've been around for so long that we've had players. Bluey Truscott, our best and fairest trophy named after him, was in the war at the age of 22, 23.
Amazing.
Guys getting drafted now. That's them now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's absurd.
Well, we found someone that might be good to get down into the rooms and pump you up, because I've just been obsessed and fascinated by this little boy called Eddie, who has been taking the internet by storm by
very
taking over
cute.
your training sessions.
All right, tell him run as fast as you can to the other end.
What is your fastest you can to the other end? Mom, come on! What have you got a turbo? What have you got a Tommy?
He's a mad D's fan.
He's a mad D's fan,
So
but
was
he's
he
a
coach
mad.
there, was he?
He went down
On the
to
whistle?
training, yeah, and he's a mad Christian Petracca fan.
This was the moment he got to meet
Listen.
Track.
Petracca. Good. Hi, Petracca.
Come here. Come see some of the boys.
Hi, Jakey.
Hey, here he is.
Hello, Petracca.
Hi, Max. Eddie.
Eddie, nice to meet you.
Hi, Tom Scarra.
That's cool.
Tom Sparrow. Tom Sparrow.
He is so
He's very cute.
He's sort of taken over the Melbourne Footy Club Instagram of late. Tell us about Eddie.
Well, we the media team found him at training. They were just recording because we had a family day on Sunday, a week and a half ago now.
Yeah.
And so they were just recording us walking onto the ground and the fans around us, and they had like a little guard of honor. And this kid was just yelling at us. It was hilarious and couldn't even pronounce any of our last names. And he's 4 years old,
But he
they
knew
loved
all
him.
of you.
He knew all of us, and it was really cool. So then they said, obviously, he said it was my favourite player, and Max Gawn. And then I did 360 on Fox Footy the other night, and he was there, and he was on Fox Footy.
That's cool.
And his dad was there. Then they brought him to training, and he was very cute. I mean, for a 4-year-old, early it was quite overwhelming because there's 44 guys, and he's been thrown into the deep end. But then when we got out into the field, and he bossed us around in the warm up, it was really cute. It's adorable.
Is it moments like that though, where you meet little kids and you think, God, this thing we get to do is pretty cool?
Oh, you'd be over him now. He's followed you to 360. He's gone to training.
No,
I think
but
it
you're
was
his
hard
hero.
tag. I think it was nice timing because we got smacked by Brisbane, so it was kind of It was like it was a training session 2 days after, so it was nice to have a little bit of breath of fresh air. Him coming
Sweet.
in, just gives you a bit of perspective. It was awesome.
How just on that, now that you made that point, how taxing was it? Because we heard a lot after the Brisbane loss about you playing 3 games in 16 days. Do you really feel it? Because I mean, I was there. I'm not going to say anything about the performance, but you could see that the boys were labouring a little bit.
Yeah, it was tough. I think we played 2 games in Adelaide, stayed in Adelaide for 7 to 8 days, and then the Thursday later we're playing again. And I don't think we've had a schedule like that since COVID, probably,
hard.
where we played. But that was 16-minute quarters. See, these are 20 minutes and time on. So yeah, 3 games in 15 days is quite
15,
tough.
Jeez.
I think it was 15. I hope I'll make that up. We can make it less. We'll say 3 and 10. Sounds better. Gives us a better excuse. But no, but it was an excuse though. I mean, Brisbane played awesome.
They were awesome.
Their aggression and their tackling and their pressure was probably forced us to play terrible too. So, but it's good. I think it's like, for me, like when you lose in those situations, it gives you a time to learn and an opportunity to grow. So for us, it's good that we had that loss. And now obviously leading into the Richmond game, which would be good.
Just one more from me. I bumped into your good mate Angus Brayshaw yesterday at his wine bar. He's opening a wine bar on Lennox Street called Lenny, which has been really good. He, of course, had to retire early
What
medically.
a coincidence that Clint bumped into someone at a wine bar.
Can I
At 4
tell
in the morning.
Can I
On a
tell you?
Wednesday.
It's next door to my osteo. So I was walking out of my osteo, walking into the wine bar.
And why do you need the osteo?
Yeah, everything's linked. But the point I was making, Gussie's looking really well, which is lovely to see. But Nathan Murphy from Collingwood, he had to prematurely retire as well. This must be really sad seeing these players having to make these big decisions.
Yeah, it is. It's sad, obviously. I mean, when you're so young, I think Nathan Murphy's 23 or 24 and, been in the league for 6 years and has to make a life decision at that age. It is quite tough. And, it is sad. But I think for me, the more I've started to see Gussie and more I've started to become closer with him away from footy, more I'm kind of like, it's hard for me to say this, quite selfish, but I'm happy for his decision. Like, I think, I don't know, like for me, even with Nathan Murphy, you could kind of see the kind of sense of relief. Like,
does he seem happy and content?
Gus? Yeah. Oh no, he's miserable. He's upset.
He's heartbroken.
Yeah, he's I mean, as you would, because footy, you play it for the whole of your life. But I think for me, like, it's another knock or it's another injury away from that potentially, making it worse. But I think the fact that Nathan Murphy and Gus can retire, knowing that they're symptom free and knowing that they're
when you've got that hanging over your head constantly,
And
the fear
I
of
think
that.
I probably didn't explain myself well. I'm more just saying,
Well,
it's nice to see.
Yeah.
I don't want him being in an environment where he's stressed and anxious the whole time.
And
where
it's dangerous.
Yeah, as much as he's feeling terrible
both,
not being around the
both
footy
Gus
club.
and Nathan have won premierships as well, and I know Gus said after he won in 21 that he feels fulfilled as a footballer, which was beautiful to hear. And Nathan said the same thing a couple of days ago when he announced his retirement.
Oh, if you can walk away with a premiership medal, I think that
Well, that's the thing about footy.
must soften the blow a bit.
That's the thing about footy clubs. It's not like we're gonna see them all the time away from the club. You know, friendships and that they'll last forever, but it's the camaraderie. That's probably the thing you miss the most.
it.
And premierships, like your dad was there in the hub in 2021. So
he's still talking about it.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best feeling in the
dining out
world.
on that premiership.
It's not just him, mate. It's you too.
Jace just pulling the music up, telling us
I
to
know,
cut
you're
out.
giving
That's it,
Track
mate.
the wind up. How rude. How very dare you. Because we're not talking about Collingwood.
We pay him by the minute, guys. It's costing me a fortune. Christian Petracca joining us on the
Thanks,
air this
guys.
morning. Mate, enjoy the weekend off and enjoy Anzac Eve next week.
Thanks,
I know
guys.
it's a
Appreciate
very
it.
special day.
Thank
on the-
you.
Do you, just quickly, do you ever go to...
hang on. He's got
music
another
comes back.
question.
Sorry, mate.
so
I gotta
he's
go.
turning the
I gotta
music
go
down.
now.
Here we go.
Sorry. No, I gotta go.
It's selfish, isn't it?
On a bye weekend, do you ever go to the footy yourself and watch a game?
No.
He's like, no, I've got better things.
Who's in Noosa?
Nurse.
You watch the basketball.
I watched
NBA.
Playing.
Who's playing today anyway?
Miami v Atlanta.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Philly.
Is it?
Oh, Miami v Philly. Atlanta.
No,
v-
I'm not into basketball. Music's back up.
Thanks, Track.
Lauren's just found something online which has really rattled
Yeah, what's
me.
happened?
Well, I got sent an article, which I don't love reading things about myself, but for some reason, there's an article on
An article?
a website that says Lauren Phillips reveals what she won't do in the bedroom with her fiance Paul. And I was like, Clint, I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. Someone sent it to me. So Clint goes, I'll read it. Anyway, it goes on to talk about how the other day on the show you asked me where I sit on thruples. And I said...
So people are bringing another person into the relationship, but it's not just for a one night.
It's
It's,
a-
like,
yeah, a
you know, they
throuple.
And
actually
Lauren
all...
said she's all in.
No, I said it's absolutely not for me. And the thing is that Jace loves probing me on these things because he knows I'll get tongue twisted and I'll say something that I'll end up being embarrassed about. Anyway, so it goes on to say Lauren said no, she doesn't judge other people though. But then there's a sentence in this article that says Jace went on to admit that he was once in a throuple with his wife and a male friend. Tell us more about your throuple.
Yeah, tell us about this admission.
Listen, I've been taken out of context and I would like a retraction
I
printed.
love it when you're taken out of context because it's normally me. And now Lou, your
No,
wife, she's going to be thrilled
The
that you
people
said
at the age don't get it wrong too often.
Chase went on to say how he was in a throuple.
No,
with his
can I
wife
explain?
and
It
a
wasn't
male
the
friend.
age.
No, we don't have time. We're going to take calls on the other topic.
No, the phones are still down. When we were talking about thruples, I mentioned that when
you were once in a
No,
throuple
I
with
didn't-
your
I-
wife
So
and a
how
male
was
friend.
it? How did you make it work?
I didn't say that. Don't.
Did they eventually kick you out because you were boring them?
Yeah. I mean, how did you split your time? Was it sort of 33% each?
No, I said to you guys what worked for me when Lou and
Was
I
getting in a
work for you.
throuple with your wife and a
It
male
worked
friend.
for you.
when Lou and I started dating.
Yeah.
You were in a
got
throuple.
third
No,
in.
we
And there's nothing wrong with that.
It also,
Jace.
oh, sorry,
Just happens
there's a
from time
quote
to time.
from you here.
Yeah,
A quote?
The
Lauren,
quote,
there's
sorry,
a quote.
I'm
Here we
reading
go, Lauren.
I
Go
would
for it.
go to bed, and he took over boyfriend duty roles.
Did he?
That's. I mean, look.
You did say that. I mean, if it works for you, Jace, you go for it.
I did say that, but hang on.
And then Lauren went on to say, yuck, the only thing worse than being in a throuple would be being in a throuple with Jace. I stand by my comments.
And they printed that.
Yeah, what a stitch up.
No, I said we had a flatmate join us, and
Yeah,
between
join us?
Hang on, between
I didn't know it was a
Shut
flatmate.
up. Between him and I, we divide and conquer.
And conquer. You did say that.
No, as in
Conquering Lou.
No, as in I would
Stop
go.
talking. Stop talking.
You're making a bigger hole for yourself.
Stop.
You
I
love
talking.
thruples.
I-
Jace loves thruples.
How do I turn your mic off? I was going to bed at night, and then he would take over and watch and watch like Sex in the City and stuff like that with her. So he'd do that part of the relationship.
Yeah, all right.
During.
I don't.
Great.
God, honestly,
Anyway,
it is just.
Thank God
kind-
those phones went down.
We'll talk more about your throuple tomorrow. And the only reason we're talking about this is because our phones went down, so we thought we'd poke the bear. Jace, do you believe in karma?
Yeah, I'd like to think I believe in karma.
You do something good might come back to you. You do something bad, it's going to come back to bite you.
I reckon.
Yeah, hoping a few people cop a bit of karma this year.
Oh, I've copped a bit of karma. Do you remember when I did Yes Day with your kids? Which reminds me, we are due for
No,
another
we
Yes
are
Day.
not.
So for those who don't know what Yes
No.
Day is, it's where kids get to ask their parents for all kinds of, well, it's not meant to be about gifts and things, but things they want their parents to do. And the parents have to have a yes, can do attitude. Yep. All
Yeah.
right. You want to go rock climbing? We're going to go rock
Go for
climbing.
it.
The whole thing's based on all
was a
kids,
movie,
all
wasn't
kids
it?
here. Yeah, all kids here from their parents. Is no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing
Which
that.
is
We can't afford that.
untrue.
We're not going there. Which is untrue.
But yeah, it feels
And
like
yeah,
that. And even parents, I think, agree that they're often just like, no, don't have time. No, we're not doing that.
So it's a
there's
Jennifer Garner movie. I blame her for it.
So there's a day called Yes Day. Anyway, I took Jace's kids on Yes Day, and I took them shopping. And I said, what instruments would you like, kids?
That's right.
2 recorders, a karaoke machine, and a $600 bill for me.
Oh, I made him pay for it because I'm not an idiot. So I said yes, and he had to pay.
Are they musically inclined, Jace?
Yeah, one of them plays the piano.
Oh, really?
And the other one likes noise. So
Great.
Perfect fit.
Well, I laughed about that for a long time, and I was like, oh, your neighbours are going to hate you. You're going to hate kids.
Here we go. You've got karma.
I've got karma. My next door neighbour has bought a drum kit. A fully fledged, thinks he's in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, thinks he's G-Flip, drum kit.
Okay.
Can I confirm? Hang on. Not a digital one where they can plug in the headphones?
Not a digital one.
Okay.
A drum kit.
So what time of the day are we talking?
So I'm out in the mornings, right? So I'm home during the day.
Oh, this
But
is
during the
amazing.
day is often when I'm like, oh, I've got to do something tonight. I've got to work later. I'm going to have a nap.
You're old. You need a nap.
I need a nana nap. And guess who decides they're going to practice the drum kit? Because I guess he's being respectful and doesn't want to play at night to keep other people awake, and early in the morning's unacceptable.
The little drummer boy next door.
During the day. I don't think he's not a little drummer boy. This is a fully fledged
adult.
The way he
Oh,
is
I don't
banging
know
on
about
those snares. Is that what they're called? On the snare drum.
Is that
Come. Yeah. Yep. So when I'm sitting on a couch trying to have a bit of R&R and watch a bit of Virgin River, Clint.
Virgin
I love Virgin River, my favourite show. This is all I hear.
So is he...
All day. And I actually, on the first day it happened, because I think it was a day. Okay, turn it, stop.
They're not like in time, like...
No.
Like that'd be fun.
Like my own sound effects studio.
Is he playing to music?
Well, I can't hear. He might have the music in his headphones
Oh,
and I just hear the drums. And the first day it happened, it was a day I think we'd been in here and I was like, I am so exhausted. I need to go home and have a nap. And it started. And you know what? I flat out thought it was you two at the front of my house just trying to get to me. And I was like, not happy, Jan.
That'd be good from us.
I went to scream out the window and I was like, oh no, the neighbour's got a
I don't think you should be allowed to just practice an instrument like that at any time of the day or night in the suburbs.
Do you think? Oh, at any time at all, or do you think there should be a window?
There
Like
should be a window. There
The
should be a-
whippersnipper
100%.
window. You
There
can't
should
do
be
it
a
before
window.
7 or after 6. But that means you can do it in the day. I don't like it when the neighbours use the leaf blower during the day, let alone the drum kit.
My lovely sister Casey and my brother-in-law Phil, they live next to a bloke who practices the bagpipes.
Oh, see, I don't mind that.
The
Does he do it
bagpipes.
during
It's an
respect?
afternoon session, usually around 3, 4
Oh,
o'clock.
right
See,
when
I
she's
thi- I
putting the
think-
baby to nap.
3 till 4 is an okay window. Kids are normally up by then. They've had their midday nap.
I agree, actually.
Bagpipes, Jace.
I reckon between 3 and
Bagpipes.
5, knock yourselves out with the instruments.
But at 5 o'clock,
Forget
it's
about it.
instruments down.
Also at midday, like, have some respect for those of us who need a siesta.
Yes.
Where's the respect?
To watch, what's it called? Valley Girl or something?
Virgin River. Thank you very much.
Valley
I
Girl's the
finished
shop.
it. I finished it. I need something else to watch.
Gonna be a good day. Jason Lauren. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.